Welcome to the Base Movement School video series. So this is our Wednesday junior power session. So Monday we're going to be working on strength and Wednesday we're going to be working on power. So because of this, we want to be having a little bit more rest, and in order to be able to do each of our exercises, each of the sets to a high intensity, we need to have more rest and then also be doing less reps with that one. So now we're going to get stuck into the warm-up. John is going to take me through this one.
Alright, so what we're going to be doing for our warm-up today, we're going to be starting off with a depth drop. So we're going to need a chair or a solid coffee table, even a step. So it doesn't have to be super high, just enough to be able to stand on. So you're going to jump down and then work on your landing technique. We're going to be doing 4 of these. So we're going to step down, land in a solid landing position. So our arms behind our body, we're absorbing that landing through our ankles, our knees and our hips. Think about being strong and solid. You're out on the sporting field, you don't want to be bumped over or collected. You want to land in a really strong position each time. We've got one last one to do to round out our 4. Fantastic. Now we're going to move on to a single leg lateral hop. So we're going to be doing hops sideways for 20 seconds, and you want to get as many hops in as you can. So you want to be moving quickly through this one. So we're ready in 3, 2, 1. So find a line on the floor, maybe it's a dot on the carpet, just working yourself back and forth over the top, trying not to touch that line or imaginary line. Nearly there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to change feet. We're trying to beat the number that we just performed. So on the other side, ready in 3, 2, 1. Moving nice and quick, as fast as you can over that line, getting in as many hops as you can. Nearly there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now for the next exercise, we're going to be doing a wall march. So we're going to need a wall for this one. We're going to set ourselves up, hands on the wall, bit of a forward lean. So think about a bit of an angle with your body. And we're going to perform a march. So we're at the balls of our feet, knees are straight, nice and tall through our body. And we're doing 5 steps on each leg, 10 in total. So as you come down, put a bit of force down in the ground. Keep your eyes looking through your hands. Make sure you're running. You want to be looking where you're going, not looking at your feet. Have a short rest after you've done 5 on each leg, 10 in total. And then we're going to go for a second set. So on the second set, we're going to come down with a little bit more power into the ground. Imagine you're pushing yourself forwards as you're running. Pushing that wall over, you're putting lots of force down to the ground. Fantastic. And the last exercise in our warm-up, we're going to be working on our balance. So for this one, we're going to be using a band, because that's what we have. If you've got a towel, maybe like a rolled up jumper, anything that you can grab a hold of between you and a partner. So you're going to stand on one leg, a little bit of a soft knee bend, and you're just moving back and forth, trying to knock that person over. You're going to be balancing on each leg for 30 seconds here. So you've got lots of time to do some reactive movements. Start off a little bit easier for your partner, and then you can build up the movements, trying to topple them over, within reason of course. Got a few more seconds here, try to make it a little bit more challenging. And with this one, you can use your arms for a bit of help when you're balancing them. Fantastic, we're going to change the legs. So what you'll find with this one, you'll find that it's easier to balance, or most likely easier to balance on one side than the other. So that's why we want to make sure that we're practicing on both of our legs here. And start off a little bit easier for that 30 seconds, making it a little bit harder as you go. A little bit longer, a little bit more challenging. And have a rest there. So we're all warmed up now and we're ready to move on to our first superset.
Okay, so I'm going to be coaching John through the rest of the workout. So as we said, grab a drink, have a rest, otherwise let's get started. So first one we're going to be doing is a eccentric squat. So we want to try, if you do have any weight, I really encourage you to grab a weight. So we'll use a dumbbell for today. So we want to keep the weight against our chest, feet shoulder width apart. And we're going to go down nice and slow. So probably count to about 4 seconds, hold at the bottom for a couple of seconds, and then coming back up. So count to yourself, hold at the bottom, down. So by doing it for longer, so not just rushing down to the bottom, we're going to be working for longer, so it's going to be a little bit harder, which is what we're after here. Cool. So we're doing 8 of these. Good. Really hold at the bottom. And you don't have to use a dumbbell if you don't have any weight, don't worry. If you don't have any weight, you could even hold at the bottom for a little bit longer. Cool. Cool. So once we've done 8, we're going to go into 5 squat jumps. So now we go feet under our hips. Good. We'll be nice and quick off the ground and jump up as high as you can. Good. Cool. So, as we said, feel free to pause the video, have about 1 to 2 minutes rest in between we're doing this. But for the sake of the video, we're going to get stuck straight into it again. So we're going to do another 8 squats. Good. And the reason why we want a little bit more rest is so that each of our reps we're doing is high quality. Now we're working on being nice and explosive. If we just do it repeated, it becomes a little bit of more high intensity kind of work and we're not getting that maximal output each rep. Yeah. So counting 4 and then holding at the bottom. Good. Nice job. So when we're doing our squats, think about sitting on a chair. Hips are going to go back. Cool. Take a second, then get stuck into our squat jumps again. So as we were saying with our squat jumps, each time we want to go up for height. You can have hands on your hips for another variation. Doesn't really matter which way you do it. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Make sure that we do have a little bit of rest in between here. Go grab a drink. If you need. Cool. If you need, get stuck into it again. So always when we set up for our squats, we want to think having football, basketball in between our feet. We don't want to be sitting up here. We want to be nice and strong, feet underneath your hips. Popping the weight down, take about anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds, and then whenever you're ready, go into your next one. Yeah. Jumping up for height each time, nice and bouncy off the ground. Cool. So that is now our first superset done. Really want to make sure that it is important that we are resting in between those sets. Highly recommend 1 to 2 minutes. So now we've finished our first superset, we're going to get on to our second superset. So what we're going to do is a power step up and then also a power push up. So let's start with the power step up. You need a chair would work, anything that's elevated. You could use a box, you could use your deck, even just the steps. But we're going to go, today we're just using a chair. So we're going to go plant our foot and drive opposite knee up, making sure that toe is up to the ceiling. Doing 4 each leg. Cool. Cool. you've done 4, have a rest, get started. You want to treat each rep like it's its own set. So really take a second and then focus on driving that knee up, toe goes up. Good. That's it. Last one. Cool. So once we've done that, also, we are doing a body weight today, but if you do have weights, we can show you how to do that one as well. So now we're going to get into a power push-up. We're going to just start on our knees. So get into that one, John. Cool. So making sure we keep a nice flat back, bending at the elbows, and then exploding up. Make sure that when we catch it, we catch with our arms, elbows slightly bent, and then again, reset after each rep. Doing 5 of these. Last one, really explode up. Imagine you're pushing yourself up. Cool. Again, we'll have a rest, and then we're going to get into our next set. Cool. So we'll get back. So if you did want to have use weight with this, what you could do is hold either 2 weights in each arm. Good. Really focus on exploding up, knee goes up, toe goes up. That's it. Now we're going to get into our power push-ups again for our second set, but this time, if you did find, didn't like it on the floor, we're going to show you another variation. So we're going to do it on the chair, so it's going to be elevated. Same thing, on your toes, straight back, push, and then making sure that you catch slightly bent in the arms. Good. You want to think about you throwing yourself up into the air. Good. Pause the video, feel free to take a rest, grab a drink. Yes, I think next. Really focus on driving the knee up, toe goes up. And as we can see, what John's doing is he's resetting, he's stepping off the chair and then really planting his foot in and driving up. 4 on each leg. And we're going to go into our last exercise. One more set. We're going to stick to on the chair with our power push-ups just for this. But if you do find that even these are too easy for you and you want to go to the ground, you can also go to the ground and do it on your toes as well as your knees. Good. Floating up as fast as you can. Good. Bending at the elbows, exploding up. Cool. So that is our second superset done. We're going to get into some core to finish off with. So first one we're going to do is a plank shoulder tap. So we're just going to go on the ground, arms nice and straight. And then we're going to focus on tapping our shoulders, one across the other. With this one, we want to try and limit that hip movement. So you'll probably find that once you lift your hand up, you're going to fall into that side. Want to resist that? And just tap slowly in between. Good. We're doing 20 taps, so 10 each shoulder. Good. Making sure our hips stay up. That's it. Good. And then we're going to superset this one with a dead bug. So we're going to do 10 each leg. Good. So you're trying to keep a nice flat back and we want to extend our leg out as far as possible. So with this one, making sure that imagine that someone is, if I came and put my hand underneath your back, you're going to crush my hand, nice flat back to the ground. 10 each leg here. Cool. Have a rest, and then we're going to do that core circuit just one more time through. So we'll go back to our plank shoulder taps. So setting up again in our push-up position, arms nice and straight, back nice and flat, tapping each shoulder, opposite arm to leg. Sorry, opposite arm to shoulder. Another thing to think about is if you had something balancing on your back, you don't want to let that object fall off. That might be a good way to stop your hips moving. And now, lucky last exercise for the day, we're just going to finish off with one more round of our dead bugs. So 10 each leg again. Cool. So arms up nice and straight, and then tapping that leg out as far as we can. So we want to avoid any sort of arching of our back. Imagine my hand is behind your back, and then crushing your hand. Good. 10 each leg. If you find this, you can't get to 10 without any sort of arch, have a rest, and then get straight back into it. Good, extend as far as you can out. So that is now the end of our Wednesday power session. We hope you guys were able to follow along with all the exercises. If you do have any questions about any of the exercises at all or any of the way we're structuring this, feel free to pop it down in the comment section below. We hope you're able to follow along. Otherwise, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook also, because we're going to post any sort of notifications about this video series throughout the week. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week.